The last thing we're going to do to our level, before we stick a fork in it, so to speak, and call it finished, is to add some gameplay elements. Now currently, we can right-click on the floor at any point and choose play from here, and we'll jump right in and we can run around and do stuff. But that doesn't mean the level is ready to go. We actually need to designate a point in space where a player will be spawned, because if we handed this level off to somebody else to play, they don't have the ability to right-click and actually tell the system where they want to play from. To fix this problem, we're going to add a player start, and I'm going to add one right over here by these wall tanks. It's very easy to do. We just right-click on the floor, choose Add Actor, and you'll see Player Start listed here. So go ahead and click that, and there's our Player Start. Now we no longer need to right-click on the floor. We can just come up to the top and choose Play this level in an editor window, give it a second to load, and there's our level. We're always going to spawn from that point we designated as well. But also, by adding a player start, we can choose Start this level on PC. And if we give this a moment to load, then we actually get the game. So here we are inside the level. So that's one thing. Player starts are very important. You have to have one. Now, something else we could add, just for the fun of it, would be a weapon. So what I'm going to do is come in here to this back room, and up here on this walkway, let's put a weapon. You can find these if you open up first the content browser and then switch to the actor classes browser. Your weapons are going to be stored underneath navigation point. That's because the AI system inside Unreal uses pickups like ammo or health or armor or even weapons as a way to help guide the bots around. So we'll expand navigation point, and down underneath this you'll see Pickup Factory, expand that, expand UT Pickup Factory, and you'll see UT Weapon Pickup Factory. Go ahead and select that. You'll notice it's bold, which means you can place it. I'm going to close this window, and then just right-click here on the wall and choose Add UT Weapon Pickup Factory here, and there it is. Now let me slide this around. We're going to get this positioned right on top of the walkway. And I think that looks pretty good. Now, it's not quite finished. We need to tell this weapon pickup factory the kind of weapon that it's going to hold. So I'm just going to double-click on it, come down to UT Weapon Pickup Factory, and we can set the class to be either a link gun, a rocket launcher, or shock rifle. And I got to go with a rocket launcher. So we can close that, and now we have a weapon. Let's go ahead and just right-click here on the floor and choose Play from here. And now if I run back here, there's our rocket launcher. I can pick it up, and we're ready to go. Now, there's one more thing I want to add, just kind of for the fun of it. Let's come in here to our little vehicle lift, and let's put a scorpion on top of it. So I'm going to jump back into the content browser, then switch over to the Actor Classes tab. Still underneath navigation point, let's close up UT Pickup Factory. We'll close up Pickup Factory, and you'll see UT Vehicle Factory. Expand that. I'm going to grab UT Vehicle Factory Scorpion. Right-click right here on this little panel, and we'll just choose Add UT Vehicle Factory Scorpion here. Now that dropped it here on the floor. I'm going to actually position it up on the lift. So pick it up into the air. Let's jump over to the top view, and we'll rotate this around a little bit. Tap spacebar, spin it 90 degrees. And then we'll just put this right on the edge. Now let's go back over to perspective, and we'll make sure the wheels aren't poking down through the lift. So that looks pretty good. And there we go. Now the last thing I want to do, because I've added some objects that derive from navigation point, is I'm going to click on Build Paths. And you'll see that does a few things to the view. We've got a collision radius. We'll see the object that this vehicle is based on. If we take a look up here, everything should be ready to go. So now let's try out the level. I'm going to click on Play this level in an editor window. And our vehicle drops into place. We can run over to it and hit the E key and jump inside of it and try to drive it around. We can get out of there, run to the back, and we can pick up our rocket launcher. Now check this out. You remember where our where our player start was? Over here. What I'm going to do is hit the Tab key and type add bots space 1. And that brings a bot in, who as soon as he sees us, he's going to try to kill us, and we can blow him up. So now you can try out your level and actually try to blow up a bot with it. So with that, our level is essentially complete. It's still a very basic level, but I think you can take the things that you've learned here and make very complex, very intricate levels just by experimenting, taking these things and trying to push them on your own. But that is going to wrap things up for this video. Thanks a lot.